Hello and welcome back to Dreamforge World. In today's video, I just want to make a quick introduction about a new series that we are working on for the Academy, and we're calling it the John Doe CRM. So this is a fictional CRM that I've created a skill for, and this skill created the entire CRM application. And you can build along with me. The course will take you through every step, and you will learn how to set up architecture properly, how to draw design diagrams, architecture diagrams, and build the entire app and deploy it to Vercel. So just a quick introduction. So this CRM helps people that needs a small business CRM understand how authentication works, how email works, how even voice dictation works. So let's review quickly. It's from your first lead to a paid invoice in one app. So John Doe CRM is a complete working CRM for small business owners and solo entrepreneurs. You can capture leads, you win them, you deliver the work and get paid. With a pipeline, dashboard, full activity history, and like I said, a voice note dictation. 2 modes of that, and that's optional, but you can do it. There's even a chatbot AI agent, which is also optional, and you can do it if you need it. The app is live. So if you visit john-doe-crm.vercel.app, you can even try it out before you learn how it works. So create your account, sign in, and try it. It takes people through the lead pipeline, the conversion, the projects, and invoices. What you do in the morning. So John speaks faster than he types. That's why the voice dictation. There's various security roles, so you'll learn how roles work. And if you are landing here on a video, then I recommend you use the Learn Dreamforge Academy link, or from the video there will be a link to it as well. So if you're in the application, you can use this, and you can find it at JohnDoeCRM.app. But otherwise, there will be a link in the YouTube channel. Hello and welcome back. Just as a quick overview for people who are not aware, the Dreamforge Academy is where I create courses that you can follow along, and some of the courses will have videos. If you want to build agentic apps and learn how to do that, this is the perfect place. If you've never done this before, I suggest this course first, and then we're going to continue with building the John Doe CRM in today's lesson. So for those who have not yet watched the introduction and just want to understand what we build in this course, watch this video first, and then we're going to continue in building it live. So I've already built it, but I'm going to try and give some tips and hints of how you can build it. But if you not want to follow word for word, step by step, there will be a GitHub repository that you can just download the entire solution as well. So more on that later, but let's continue. So as usual, let's take a quick look together at the learning objectives. So number one, you're gonna be able to describe the John Doe CRM and the 4-stage pipeline that it runs, which is from lead to client to project to invoice. And then secondly, you're going to be able to explain the build method this course teaches, which is how you move from spec, diagrams, app, and to deployment. You're going to name the 4 Forge skills and the 1 job each does. You'll be able to state a single rule that keeps an AI build faithful to what was asked. So the spec always wins. Don't fix the build because you had an incomplete spec. It should be the other way around. Fix your spec, adjust your plans, and regroup and focus and correct the build. So the lesson content is the fictitious CRM that John Doe wants to build. So John Doe runs a small consultancy, and every week the same money slips through the cracks. A promising email never gets followed up. A delivered project never gets invoiced. And on any given morning, he cannot say how healthy his pipeline actually is. He doesn't want 5 tools. He wants 1 calm web app that carries him from a first lead all the way to a paid invoice. That is what you will learn together. So pretend that you are John in this course. The app is what you'll build, the John Doe CRM. You can see the finished version, like I mentioned, running right now at this website. Just click here, it's live. And the complete source is in this GitHub over there. If you just want to skip ahead and grab the source, that's fine too. So keep both open as you go. because the repo is your answer key. So some of the obvious things I might skip over a little bit, but like I said, you can compare with what you're building from the repo or what the product should look like. Now, along the way, you may decide, well, I want to change things a little bit, and I encourage you to do so afterwards, if possible. So first follow along, and then you can customize it. So digging a little bit deeper, this is the one pipeline at the center of everything. The whole CRM is actually a single forward-moving life cycle. Every record knows which stage it is in and carries its own history. So moving from lead to client to project to invoice. A lead is a potential customer captured by hand or from a public web form. A one lead converts to a client, its history comes along. A client gets projects, the work that you will deliver. Projects can get invoices, and this is how you get paid with a downloadable PDF. Around that spine sit the supporting features you'll also build: a pipeline dashboard, an activity log with a going cold nudge, voice dictation even to save people from typing, team roles and email invitations, and login, meaning authentication. So the real lesson in this course isn't just the CRM, it's the method that I want you to learn when you build many other applications. They all follow the same method, really. So here's the part worth more than the app itself. We did not start by writing code. We will start by writing a spec, a plain English description of what the app should do. Then a small family of reusable AI skills. You'll discover skills as you work with agentic coding agents. But the skill creator skill can be used to create your own skills, or you can use skills that other people have built. To learn more about that, if you're not aware, go to skills.sh and explore the available skills that you can use. Just as a caution, again, I always say only use trusted skills that are verified by providers that can be trusted. There might be some people who put skills out there that might try to hack things. So if you see they have a warning, be careful before you use it. Ask the agent if it's safe to use that skill first. So everybody needs to understand that nowadays, and actually this is true traditionally, the specification, the diagrams, the product requirement, whatever you want to call it, and the related planning around it is more important than ever. If you give agents bad instructions, you'll get bad results. It's not the agent's fault, it's not the model fault, it's your fault. How can you expect an agent to magically build something that you don't even know what it should look like when it's done? So why this order? Because writing the spec first forces the hard thinking to happen in cheap words instead of expensive code. Don't misunderstand what this means. You might say, oh, but coding agents can write code very fast. Yes, they can. They will still use tokens. This will still cost you money. But if they write code very fast multiple times and you don't end up with any useful result, what was the point? So this is what I mean. Words are cheap to change. Code is actually not. The diagrams catch structural mistakes before a single database table exists. Only then does code get written. And because the spec is explicit, the AI build stays on its rails. This is the habit the whole course is really teaching. You can point it at a to-do app, a booking tool, or this kind of CRM, and it works the same way. Now, to make this a little bit easier for everyone, I've created the Forge family of skills, and these will be available in the GitHub as well, so you can use them and adjust them for future projects. They're yours. So these are folders of instructions that teach an AI coding agent like Claude a repeatable job. So you will meet 4 of them. The first one is called App Forge, which can turn a spec and diagrams into a runnable app. This is the one that you invoke to build a CRM, and it orchestrates the other related ones. So the Agentic Builder onboarding scaffolds the starter Next.js project, which we call the trunk, that AppForge builds on top of. Think of it as a foundation with components that get built on top. The Diagram Forge can turn a spec into an architecture diagram and a clean HTML version of the spec, which makes it easy for users to communicate and discuss ideas with and make adjustments. The Code Spec Forge is the reverse strip. This points you at an existing app that you already have, or if you're a developer that you have to work on for somebody else, and it will help you reverse engineer and create a technical spec. This is optional but can be useful if that's your use case. And you don't have to memorize these. You invoke the right one and review what it produces, exactly the skill this course builds in you. So let me point out the one rule that matters. When the starter templates default disagree with the spec should always win. That single rule is what keeps an AI from confidently building the wrong thing. Yes, it will confidently build the wrong thing. Don't assume it knows what it's doing if you didn't give it good instructions. Throughout this course, you'll see the pattern. State what you want clearly, let the agent build, then check the result against the spec, not against your hopes. Don't assume that he implemented the entire spec either, and don't assume that he always will follow the spec like you expected. What you are really learning then, you will not type TypeScript code line by line or JavaScript code. You'll describe what you want in plain English. The agent will write the code. And you verify it works, not by understanding the code, but by clicking around the running app. Now, if you do want to understand the code, you can ask the agent to explain it in plain English. Just cut and paste the section and ask to explain what this little function, this feature, this loop, this process does. The skill that compounds this is directing and verifying. And once you understand that, the next app is far faster than this one. So take your time to learn the concepts and experiment. So your assignment then is as follows. Go and spend 10 minutes on the finished product before you build a thing. Look at what I've built. See a vision of how it works now. Open the John Doe CRM or cell with this link and trace the pipeline mentally in your head. Where would a brand new lead enter and where would a paid invoice end up? So play around with the app. This is the one that I've built, and you're going to also learn to build the same thing. Like I say, resist the temptation to immediately start changing it into your own. Build it through close to what I have, at least in functionality, and then you can customize it later for your own purposes. So also open the functional spec, which is in the GitHub, and the architecture page next to it. And then you can look through section 3, the life cycle. Write one sentence in your own words describing what the spec wins protects you from. In a notes file, separate to this, list the 4 forged skills and beside each the single job it does. You'll rely on this map for the rest of the course. Then on your own time, do the quiz and prep. When done, mark as complete. And next lesson, we'll get into the stack, your tools, and 4 free accounts that you'll need to continue with this course. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.